Welcome into Minnesota Vikings Now. I am Tom Downey. Some injury news coming out of training camp today. Not the end of the world, also not ideal, that we're going to break down. Beginning with the big story, Irv Smith, the tight end. Stop me if you've heard this before. He's hurt again. He injured his thumb on Monday, underwent surgery today. The hope is that the Vikings and Irv Smith will be good to go in time for week one. That is the hope / the expectation. The Vikings announced it not too long ago. Head coach Kevin O'Connell announced that Irv Smith had surgery on his thumb today, but is expected to return for the start of the season. Because he is expected to be back in time for week one, I do think everyone, within reason, should remain calm. This is not a, oh my God, we're screwed at tight end, we got to go trade for a crappy one like Chris Herndon. It's not where they're at right now. He should be ready for week one. And that is important because I think this Vikings team, as much as you can need a tight end when you have maybe the best ever duo in Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, you need Irv Smith out there as well. He's a key part of this offense, and there isn't a lot of proven tight end talent behind Irv Smith. Frankly, there's almost none. In the event Irv Smith does miss time, which again feels unlikely at this point, I will trust the Vikings when they say things are fine. Week 1 against the Packers, Week 2 at the Eagles on Monday Night Football, so you've got the extra time there. Week 3 Lions, Week 4 at the Saints over in London, who, by the way, I mentioned Chris Herndon. They literally actually just signed him, so that's pretty funny for the Saints. Hopefully he's back in time for Week 1. Now, this is exactly why you guys subscribe to us here at Vikings Now. When there's news, we break it down for you. But you have to make sure your notifications are actually turned on. The vast majority of you do not, talking like 16% of you. Get that changed. Click the bell icon where you guys first subscribed and change your noties from personalized, which is the YouTube default. You won't get a push every single time there's a video, to all. That way you don't miss out on any Vikings video. And although I am not concerned right now about Irv Smith and his thumb surgery overall, it is at least a little bit concerning. Not panicking, but slightly concerning because this is a history of injury problems for the young, talented tight end. 2020, he missed 3 weeks with a groin strain. That's okay. We were all hyped. Every single fantasy person, every Vikings person, casual NFL observer was like, yeah, Irv Smith, he's going to break out in 2021. Then he tore his meniscus. He missed the entire campaign. Now he's got thumb surgery. And although it's not ideal, and it's not the end of the world, it is at least a little bit concerning that he just can't quite put together an entire healthy season and offseason. We'll spend some more time here on Irv Smith plus the other injury. But first, what is your one-word reaction to the Irv Smith injury news? I'm going to give mine in a second, but I want to hear from you, the people, first and foremost. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and give me one-word reaction to Irv Smith's injury. I'm going to go with unideal. Is that even a word? I'm going to pretend that it's a word if it's not today, because that's where I'm at. I'm not panicking. I'm not in shambles. I'm not down bad, but it's also not a good outcome because I think Irv Smith needed those reps. The Vikings need him to stay healthy. He's a key part of this offense. He is the only proven tight end piece for a team that's going to run a lot of one tight end looks. It's going to be Jefferson, Thielen, Irv Smith, probably KJ Osborne, Dalvin Cook. Those are going to be your 5 linchpins on offense. You don't want to go to somebody else as far as I'm concerned when it comes to the tight end room. And with a new offense being installed, you want Irv Smith to get those reps in camp. They're a little bit more important for a guy who missed all of last year with a new offense than it would be for, say, even Adam Thielen. If Thielen misses time, I'm not concerned. Smith, a little bit more so. We'll spend some more time here on the tight end room beyond Irv Smith because the next man up is Johnny Mundt. Vikings OC Wes Phillips says the Rams coaches started calling Johnny Mundt the Bear Killer. First off, great nickname, because he happened to play well against Chicago multiple times with Tyler Higbee out, which is true. And of course, the Vikings don't play the Bears early on this year, but keep that in the back pocket for midseason. Mundt is the next man up. Yeah, the Vikings have drafted day 3 guys, Nick Muse, Zach Davidson. Mundt comes over from the LA Rams with Kevin O'Connell, with Wes Phillips. He's tight end 2 right now. Despite that, I would be lying to you if I felt immense confidence in Johnny Mundt. Even though there's not much tight end depth on the roster, it's his chance to step up. I acknowledge all of that. He hasn't done much in his NFL career. This is not a proven, reliable pass-catching option. There's special teams value. There's some blocking value. Sure, I get all of that. But he's played 47 games in his NFL career. 3 starts included in that, by the way. 10 catches, 93 yards. That does not make you go, oh, we're fine, guys. We got Johnny Mundt. Don't worry about it. So I am just a little bit worried. I hope Irv Smith stays healthy this entire year. I don't think the Vikings are going to go look at other options, but they always could. Before we get to that, though, go buy a Vikings t-shirt combo pack or else. You don't want to be caught not wearing Vikings gear when you're out with friends and family, watching the games at bars, whatever, and get a fantastic deal from our friends over at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/Vikings combo. That link's going to be in the comment section and in the description of today's show. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, or what am I talking about there? No YouTube ad break here. Links in the comment section and in the description. That's what I meant to say before I went full stupid. Chatsports.com/Vikings combo. In the event the Vikings add a tight end, I would wager it's probably more along the lines of a roster cut down move. I doubt they trade for someone. 5 names to at least consider. Adam Shaheen in Miami, former high-round pick of the Bears. He's been a bust so far, but has some good size. Geoff Swaim, more of a reliable blocking tight end. Tennessee's been impressed by Chig Okonkwo, their 5th-round pick. Jacob Hollister's flashed at points, namely with Buffalo and I think the Patriots at one point. Now with the Raiders, might not make the team. Jordan Akins, a former top 100 pick or around that number with the Giants right now. And Max Williams, Arizona's invested in Zach Ertz. They drafted the Colorado State tight end Trey McBride. Williams might be the odd man out. So those are some good names to at least consider. Some final thoughts coming up on Irv Smith, but let's all hope things are speedy in his recovery. So show him some love by typing in 84 in the comments section to give Irv Smith some hope and some positive vibes for that quick recovery. Here's my final take in the end on Irv Smith. I still believe this can, and I'll speak some positive vibes in and say this will be his breakout season. With that said, you need Irv Smith to stay healthy. He's got to be out there. Didn't play at all last season, right? I liked Smith a lot coming out of Alabama as an undersized but very productive and promising tight end prospect. He has not really had a full chance to show what he can do. Behind Kyle Rudolph early in his career, banged up since Rudolph left, 2 healthy seasons, 676 yards. I would not rule out this as a possibility. Irv Smith finding a way to match his career yardage production. Now, that's a little bit tricky because you've got Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, who are obviously going to be huge, huge pieces on offense, and I think they'll utilize Dalvin Cook more in the passing game, but Kevin O'Connell will also use tight ends. This will be a more pass-happy offense than what we've seen in the past out of Minnesota and the somewhat ancient offensive scheme used by Mike Zimmer and company. So over or under 650 yards, receiving yards, of course, for Irv Smith this year. Type in O for over, or you can type in U for under. Let me know right now in the comment section. All right, more injury notes. This one not as severe, but there is another, we'll call him the Vikings' secret weapon, since I think people outside of Minnesota aren't too familiar with him overall. Kene Nwangwu is also banged up right now. Here's the report from Will Raggett, Sports Illustrated, down at Vikings camp. Says Kene is day-to-day with a soft tissue injury. They're going to be smart and cautious with him, which is fine, but I really want to see him get a little bit more involved on offense this year because of speed. His speed is game-breaking. I'm not saying, reduce Dalvin Cook's workload substantially. No, still let him be your lead back. But even the highest workload guys are getting 65%. In most cases, outside of Najee Harris last year, of the team's snaps and touches and all that stuff. So, I'll take your time, Nwangwu, get healthy, and this is definitely a better safe than sorry case. Soft tissue injuries worry me in camp because they can tend to linger, and that's not something you want. And if only for special teams, kick returns, he was awesome last year. Once again, I will die on this hill. He should have been all-pro. It was a joke that it went to somebody else last year. He was too dynamic as a kick returner. But I want to see him more involved on offense. Madison's got 1 year left on his deal. Dalvin Cook is obviously, well, he's Dalvin Cook. but there is still a chance for some more touches for Kene Nwangwu on this Vikings roster this upcoming year, but he's got to be healthy to earn those. Once again, folks, make sure you are subscribed to us here on Minnesota Vikings Now. Subscribe for all your training camp news, rumors, notes, updates, takeaways. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and type in Skol in the comments section. One last note before we go, some shout-outs. The Noti Gang, the first 5 commenters on our most recent Vikings video. Skoling99, love the idea. DOD, or love the name, I should say. Daniel Ramones, Nikki Covington, and Keith Brower, all the first 5 to comment last time. We'll do some more shout-outs in the future for those of you subscribed and part of the Noti Gang here at Vikings Now.